Hey friends, Sarah Gaston here. Listen, it's been a while since I popped out one of these videos, but something happened recently and I felt like I really needed to share about it. So I'm going to try to keep the details a little vague to protect the guilty, but let's just say I was involved recently in a casting call for a film. And I was shocked and appalled by some of the submissions we got. Because here's the thing, when a casting director or a director is trying to vet potential candidates for a particular role, they want you to actually follow the directions. I know this sounds revolutionary, but I want to share with you what happened in this particular situation. So the request was a headshot. Just to be clear, this is a headshot, okay? It's your head and your neck, maybe your shoulders. It's not a full body shot. It's not a fashion shot. It's a shot of your head. It's in the name. It's a headshot. A resume, which should be one page, the 3 columns. If you don't know the way a resume should be formatted, then go to my website and see how my current resume is formatted. Granted, it needs to be updated. Don't judge me. Do as I say, not as I do. And then the third thing that we asked for was either a demo reel or a recent audition that you feel really good about. Because not everybody has an updated demo reel. Some people don't have any demo reels, but if you have a taped audition that really shows you off, that gives you an idea of whether you can act or not, right? These are kind of important things when you're trying to get seen for a job. So there were 2 men, characters, 2 male characters, and they had specific ages. Now they also had specific ethnicities, but unfortunately the ethnicity got left off on one. So that's slightly forgivable. But here's the thing, if you have a character in their 20s and you aren't in your 20s and you don't look like you're in your 20s, don't submit for a character that's in their 20s. And then if you have a character who's in their 50s and you're not in your 50s, or you don't look like you could be in the neighborhood, the suburb of 50s, don't submit for that role. Certainly don't submit for both roles, because you cannot play a 20-year-old and a 50-year-old, maybe in the multiverse, but not here, not right now on our Earth plane, okay? The other thing that we saw is women submitting. Now, the breakdown had 2 men only. Somebody's knocking at my door. I don't know why, but I'm going to ignore that. Anyway, the breakdown was for 2 different men. And so we were getting submissions from women. And then that was really odd. And also, what were the 3 pieces of information we wanted? We wanted a headshot, we wanted a resume, and we wanted some example of moving media of your acting ability. I got a 26-page portfolio of a person, and I just only saw the front page, but it was sort of like a checkerboard of headshots, like 6 different headshots, but they all just look like they came from the same shoot, you know? So it's like, here's me in a black shirt, kind of smiling. Here's me in a black shirt, really smiling. Here's me in a black shirt, not smiling, okay? It was basically the same outfit, some different expressions, but it was just this checkerboarded on the front page of this 26-page portfolio. You guys, anytime we receive something like this, we automatically know you either don't know what you're doing or you simply don't know how to follow directions. And if you can't follow directions on something as simple as a submission, why do we think you're going to be able to follow directions in the audition? Why do we think you're going to be able to follow directions once you're on set? Another thing that I got was an EPK. So for the uninitiated, I didn't know until a few years ago what it was. An EPK is an electronic press kit. Now, it can be a link that takes you to a headshot, a resume, a couple other headshots, maybe reviews or articles. You know, if it's for a film, you have an EPK for a film that you're submitting to film festivals, it might contain screen grabs, or it might contain behind the scenes footage. It can contain all sorts of things, but that's the whole thing. It is a kit, like it's a whole collection. Here's the thing, your casting director does not want to go through your EPK or your 28-page portfolio and find, where's the headshot? Okay, can I clip the headshot and can I download it? Okay, Where's the resume? Okay, can I download the resume? Okay, where's the demo reel? Is it in the EPK? If so, is it labeled, or is it just img4.mp3 or mp4, right? So audio is mp3, video is mp4. Again, don't make me hunt for what I have asked for. And then, let's see, I think the last one that was just really startling to me was somebody who just sent a link to their IMDb page. And they're like, you can find my demo reel and my headshot and my resume there. Okay, again, don't make me hunt, okay? I have a professional IMDb page. It has loads of headshots. It has a list of my credits. I don't know if I've attached a resume, probably not because it's IMDb. Yeah, my demo reel's on there, but I have to watch it online. You can't download it. And again, is it going to be right there in the profile? I have to look for it, Here's the thing. If you're not following directions in the initial contact, if you can't pay attention in the initial contact, what makes us think you're going to pay attention for the rest of the process? Now, there is a caveat. Once in a while, we overlook something, right? So maybe you submit and you didn't realize that the character was supposed to be Asian, right? And I'm Caucasian, and so maybe I just totally didn't see that the character was supposed to be Asian. Okay, that's a goof, okay? But at least I would have submitted the right materials. The other exception is if you say, hey, by the way, I noticed you had this, breakdown. I don't know if I'm the right age range, but I really am interested in your project. And so if there's something for me, I'd like to be considered for this or future projects. At least give us some context to understand why you submitted something that doesn't fall into the parameters of what we asked for. Okay, so in a nutshell, in conclusion, follow the directions, don't send extra, you're not doing anyone favors, follow the directions. Now, here's the thing. Out there somewhere in the universe, there's going to be somebody who's going to say, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I always want 50 extra things. Great. Good for you. I'm glad. But I have worked with casting directors for years. I've been a producer on films. I have directed my own films. I've coached a lot of actors. I'm an actor. I have never, in my experience, come across anyone who said, they broke all the rules, they didn't pay attention, but I want them on my set. They broke all the rules, they didn't pay attention, they sent me a bunch of extra stuff in the totally wrong format, but that's it, that's the girl. I've just never seen it. Probably it's happened, just not on my watch. Okay? Don't be that actor. Make the casting director's job easy and do what's asked. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, and even if you didn't, I encourage you to share it with actors you know because it was shocking. Anyway, I have a whole YouTube channel with a bunch of other videos with all sorts of advice based on my million years of experience in the industry. Feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And as always, my loves, break a leg out there. Thanks. Bye.